Hello, welcome back to my channel, my s10 shopping garage. Hope everyone's having a great summer, safe, and update on my s10 aveo on the stick shift for the clutch system, the hydraulic part of it. Okay, here's what we have found, at least I have found out. This is the OEM piece. Okay, this is the master brake cylinder. And as you can see, there is two holes to the front reservoir, one to the back one. And of course, this setup, two top, the front, of course two bottom at the back. Now, from what I've seen and figured out on a reservoir, I'll call it the well in there, is for the sensor, which is sealed off from the fluid. It's .3, of course, or .4, but I use .3. That when the fluid does get low or dangerously low, it will let you know, and that's when you check it. Okay. The front port, the rear port, and that capped off port to the clutch, slave cylinder. Okay. Now, this light doesn't blind us. There's the front reservoir, of course the well, and then there is the rear reservoir, which I'm trying to get the light to do this so we can see. Trying to. And over this way, from what you can see of a top line, give me a second. Okay, I've done the diagram on the outside because I didn't really want to cut this open. I can use it for the spare. That's the section that's in the reservoir, the best that I can tell by the light and from seeing inside. And from my understanding of this, give me a sec. From my research, that these two ports work the brakes. And the fluid's fed to the back, that's for the clutch. That goes to that clutch slave cylinder, which I've done on a prior video or previous video. That's how this works, the best of my knowledge. And also found out that for the clutch to bleed it, that takes a 10 mil, I use a deep 1/4 inch to do it at the hydraulic slave cylinder for the throwout bearing. Now, I did do a test on it today to find out motor running or motor on or off that works best bleeding the clutch. You can't pump the pedal, hopefully with help or second person, push the clutch pedal to the floor, hold it, motor off. Now don't forget, power brakes but not ABS brakes. And I bled the master slave cylinder for the throwout bearing, and the pedal stuck to the floor. Okay. Tightened up the bleeder, pulled the clutch pedal back up off the floor, or my buddy did. Then I started the car, bled it that way, and it worked. But here's the catch to it. In that system to the throwout bearing, it holds enough pressure to keep with the motor running and bleed it once, crack the valve open at the slave cylinder for the throwout bearing, that once you bleed that to get the air out X amount of times, then shut the motor off or running, you have to pull the pedal back up. That activates it. Motor running, of course, as I've said, then the pedal floor back up with it, just taking your foot off the clutch, neutral, all the safety equipment, and the clutch is working. The hydraulic part of it is, and they're good to go. So I've learned with the motor off, being power brakes, it's tough to bleed the brakes without the motor running. It's tough to bleed the clutch system with the motor off. Motor running is the key. And the final step, once you've bled it and pedal sticks to the floor, pull it up, it's activated, it makes like a suction. And after that, clutch to the floor, bring your foot up, the pedal follows your foot. That's the way it's supposed to be. And I did not have to fine tune the adjustment, on the slave cylinder for the clutch pedal. I did as close to GM spec as I could. Didn't tack weld it, zip ties I did the previous video, and everything's working now. And it's a little bit more toucher grabbing the clutch now. All the fluids in that system and to the brakes is all new. Master cylinder for the brakes and for the clutch pedal, all good. Now I'm doing all this as PMing the vehicle, other than the transmission and the motor, in time to rebuild. But so far everything's going good. I'll bring up the speed date onto this, if and when it happens. I'm hoping to pull enough mileage out of it, 300,000 before a rebuild, and 175,000 miles on the motor now and the OEM clutch. I'm guesstimating, hoping that 250,000 for the clutch, and that's going to be a major operation for me. It's going to be a one-time change, and that'll be it for me, and for the motor too. So on that note, that's for the clutch information update. Hope this helps. Now motor running versus motor off. Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks for all my subscribers and the views I'm getting. Thank you all so very much. Hope this helps, and take the shortcut to do what takes me hours or days or weeks to do. And my videos, shortcut, watch it, jump right into it, you got it. Stay safe, keep the wrenches turning, easy on the knuckles. Peace out, and have a safe, great summer until next video. Thank you all so very much.